I feel like Brazil right now have a lot of good players and a lot of depth within the scene. We just need to see a team that can come together and actually fight for trophies. Still very disappointed in North America, I'm not gonna lie. I don't even know how they've gotten that bad, you know?
Bien, estamos con Pimp, uno de los analistas y una de las personas más importantes que tenemos en el ambiente de Counter-Strike, así que vamos a charlar un poco con él acerca de cómo ve el torneo y mismo también un poco de Counter-Strike latinoamericano, ya que él también analiza toda la escena. First, Pimp, have you been looking through the tournament? We have many stages and openings, and now we have the playoffs. How have you been looking all of that?
I think it's been a great tournament so far. As you said, it's been a long tournament. A lot of teams have played here, a lot of great games, a lot of moments. It almost blends together, all of it, when you've been here from the start to now. So it's hard to cope with every single game. It's hard to remember every single game, but I feel like it's been a great group stage. It's been a great major so far. There's been a very limited amount of problems, technically speaking. I think the level of Counter-Strike has been great. Obviously, Brazilian Counter-Strike have turned up and come in full force as well. So there's been a lot of positives for pretty much everyone.
And what do you think is the team that surprises you the most through all this tournament until this stage, because we are still in playoffs?
I think if I have to be completely honest, one of the teams that did surprise me the most would be Pain Gaming coming into the tournament. I wasn't even sure they were going to qualify for the major itself, and I was definitely not sure they were going to make it to the elimination stage, and they were one game away from making it to the playoff as well. So I feel like if you have to describe one of the biggest underdogs throughout the tournament, it would have been Pain Gaming. Never really got a close beating Navi, unfortunately, in that game, but for them to be 2-2 and be one game away from qualifying, that was very impressive. Apart from that, I think Eternal Fire is a team you have to mention. They've looked very solid so far in the tournament. Mouse, obviously, as well, going 3-0. So there's been a couple of these, not the main favorites that have played really well and now made it to the playoff.
What do you think is the team that disappointed you the most but showed something? I think there's a glare of hope for them.
For my money, VP was a little bit of a disappointment. Then, of course, even back to the qualifiers, not having Astralis here, not having more Danish teams making it. Heroic as well, a team that I thought would be good enough to make the playoffs. So as a Dane inside the arena, I'm a little bit sad we didn't get more Danish players in there, but it is what it is.
And as a Dane, how are you living this tournament? Because this is like the first major for you guys. Another Royal Arena, which is like the home of Counter-Strike. We've been having tournaments since 2016, I think. How do you think about that?
I mean, it's a fantastic place and a fantastic arena to be in, especially with the crowd in here. It's a Thursday today as we're talking right now, and the arena is almost full on a weekday. So I can't wait for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, where I know it will be sold out and it will be packed. Having the first ever CS2 major as well on home turf, I think that's cool. I'm just a little bit sad we couldn't do better, as a nation in terms of the team showing up, but the crowd so far has been fantastic, and I'm very excited for it.
We have now 7 places for the Shanghai Major, but all of them are in opening stage. We have to fight a lot, but how do you see South American CS so far?
I think it's growing right now and it's getting better. Very impressed with the Brazilian teams. Still very disappointed in North America, I'm not gonna lie. I don't even know how they've gotten that bad, But I think in terms of South American Counter-Strike, it's very stacked right now. I think there was some decent teams who didn't make it out of the qualifier as well. I feel like Brazil right now have a lot of good players and a lot of depth within the scene. We just need to see a team that can come together and actually fight for trophies. Very disappointed in Furia. That's another one for the disappointments for sure. But I think there's enough players and there's enough talent within the scene right now that you can build a really good team. It's just about getting it done.
Thank you very much, Pimp.